Number 4 says write an explicit formula to describe how many dots there will be after t minutes. So in question 3, we wrote the recursive formula. Now we want to work on the explicit formula. So I'm going to help you develop that train of thought of what we're doing here. I have our table written down again, nothing new here from the last question. So we've got our number of dots and our number of minutes. And again, we said to get from one number of dots to the next, we were multiplying by 2 each time. So let's remind ourselves that that's happening. So to get from 3 to 6, we multiplied by 2. To get from 6 to 12, again, we multiplied by 2. 12 to 24, we multiplied by 2. And 24 to 48, again, we're multiplying by 2. And so let's think about what that looks like. So we're going to write it all out on the right column. So we've got, in this very first one, with 0 minutes, all we have is a 3. We're not multiplying by 2 at all right there. We just have the 3. Then when we get to the 6, we started with the 3, and then we multiplied by 2. So we have 3 times 2. Then when we get to the next term, we started with our 3, and then we multiplied by 2 from the previous one, and then we multiplied by 2 again. So let me just show you what I'm talking about right here. So this 3 was our original, and then in the first minute, we multiplied by 2. That's this 2, and then to get to the 12, we multiplied by 2 again. So again, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is giving us the 12 number of dots that we have. And we're going to continue with that pattern. So in the next one, for 3 minutes, we started again with the 3, and then we multiplied by 2. So we multiplied by 2, and then we multiplied by 2 again, and then we're multiplying by 2 a third time. And then let's also write out the 4th minute. So again, we started with that 3, and then we multiplied by 2, then we multiplied by 2, we multiplied by 2, and then we multiplied by 2 one more time to get us that 48 dots. So if we look at trying to find for the t number of minutes, we need to figure out how that's going to work. So one thing that I want to point out to you is notice that at 0 minutes, we had 0 2s. At 1 minute, we had 1 2. At 2 minutes, we had 2 2s. At 3 minutes, we had 3 2s. At 4 minutes, we had 4 2s. So then it's going to continue with that pattern. So at t minutes, we should have t 2s. So we will have 2 t number of times. Now what we're going to do is multiplying things over and over again is using exponents. So let's see what that would look like. So let's change that to exponents right now. So right here in the first one at 0 minutes, this would be 3, and we multiplied by 2 0 times. So our exponent here would be 0. In the next one, we have our 3, and we multiplied by 2 just 1 time. So our exponent is 1. Then we multiplied 3 by 2 2 times, so our exponent would be 2. Then we multiplied the 2 3 times, so our exponent is now 3. Then we multiplied 3 4 times, so our exponent would be 4. So then we would multiply 3 times 2 t number of times if we were at minute t. And this is the development of that explicit formula. Now we're just going to write it with our function notation. So we can use our d of t, the number of dots at t minutes would be 3 times 2 raised to the t power. And there is our explicit formula.